second price. All right. Getting a fire alarm bullshit. My mind. All right, everyone. So today's can you guys confirm on YouTube and on Discord? Can you guys confirm that you can hear me?
YouTube is
So
running.
Where's my Discord people? Discord. All right, can someone just type in yes in the Discord chat, please? Awesome. Thank you, guys. Jen, you might be connected to one too many. That's why. All right. So today's discussion is very simple. What's one thing that ever made everybody goes through several stages in their trading, right? First of all, they're unprofitable, then they break evenish, and then they finally define what they have a final piece of puzzle put together that kind of enables them to start tracking more and more profitability, and finally kind of unlocks their ability to produce results over and over and over again. So I'll start what it was for me. Bashar and Anthony, you guys can kind of think about it meanwhile I am talking about mine. All right, so jittery. Yes, jittery because probably too many people connected. Second, not one too many people. My internet is shit today. Sorry, boys and girls. Let's see if I can. Oh, I can't. All right, so what the biggest thing for me was not discovering some kind of trading method or even psychology. It was actually laziness in journaling. Journaling finally pinpointed, gave me enough data to remove that 10-20% of sub-performing trades, and then also added another 10-20% to trades that were performing very well. So that's how I finally, well, it was decades ago, but I finally kind of flipped to the profitability, because I kind of knew what I kind of did the back testing, and I had several trading techniques, but to find that bread and butter trade that I can take consistently day in, day out, as soon as it sets up several times a week, for example, I traded to this day. And that thing for me was discovered through journaling. So again, why journaling? Because screen frozen. What about now? All right, very good now. All right, so the thing that, let me actually, we don't need the screen for now. We can just have talking heads. So the reason why I was able to discover my the things that were keeping me from profitability was because now I analyzed 500 trades, last 500 trades of mine over a few months period, and I saw that I was taking things that I thought that were working were actually not working, and things that kind of stood out time and time again after 500 trades, and I was able to detect, okay, I should just do more of that. And that was the kind of like the final thing that allowed me to become profitable, because consistently profitable, not just profitable for a month or two and then unprofitable, then profitable again, et cetera, you know, the yo-yo effect, which is okay. It's okay to be at that place too, because that means you're almost there. And so for me, that almost there was the journaling, because I didn't want to journal, because I'm like, oh fuck, I'll put every trade into journal, and you know, and do all the bullshit, write notes, and because for me, doing paperwork and bureaucracy, for me, it's like a no-go zone. I hate it. I used to work in private equity, where I had to write a lot, basically, write a lot of analyst reports and all this bullshit. And for me, so anyway, long story short, so for me, that was my kind of like the task I didn't want to do. And in any or any, in sports, for example, some people I hate doing legs, for example, in the gym. You see all these guys, they're huge motherfuckers, right? Up on top on chicken legs, because they and it looks retarded, right? It looks retarded because there you go. Somebody requested that word of the day today. It looks retarded because you're disproportionate, and to have the whole picture, the whole even Schwarzenegger actually was talking about when he was preparing for his Mr. Olympia. There was this one Cuban guy who was training. He was mimicking and training, and he had huge calves. And Schwarzenegger had small calves, naturally, even though Schwarzenegger was big, but he had small calves, the part of the leg on the bottom, for those who don't know. And so he showed him techniques how to get big fucking calves, even though his Schwarzenegger's calves never got to the size of that natural guy who had like naturally big calves, but he at least improved. The same thing with trading. So basically, we all have things that we like about trading. We all have things that we hate about trading, and there are things that we should be doing, whether we like them or not, in the trading to be successful. For me, that was journaling. That was my leg day. I enjoyed trading. I enjoyed up, waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I could do all the weirdly difficult things for others. Like I said, waking up day in, day out for 10 years, for a decade or whatever. Well, at 3 a.m. But journaling was that annoying part. And finally, I saw so many things kind of repeat themselves. You see, after taking hundreds and hundreds of trades, I saw repetitive cycles, repetitive things that I was doing wrong, and which I eliminated. And then I discovered things that actually repeated themselves on the positive side. And I started doing more in that, and more in that, more of that, and maybe making a little tweaks. And to this day, decades later, I still keep a journal. I keep it simple because, again, no need for an essay. I'm still, everybody's lazy. Let's be honest. Nobody wants to do unnecessary work if they don't have to, right? So I try to be as concise as possible, but detailed enough so I understand what was happening. For me, I'm a visual person, so all I need is pretty much see the before picture, what setup it was, what was the risk, what was the the risk management in the trade, and then the after picture after the trade is completed, whether it was a successful one, profitable one, or I closed it at break even, or I took half off, or I took a loss. And right. I see at the end of every month, I basically go over every single trade, and I see did the initial picture and my expectations, what would happen, match of what the result was, right? And if it matches, great. If it doesn't match often enough, then what the fuck did I do wrong? And I make that micro adjustments. And who are in my signals, whatever, the gold channel, they see that. I mean, I've been nailing motherfucking gold for 2 years straight with pretty much 85% accuracy. And it's because I'm taking the same fucking trade over and over and over again. There's nothing exciting about it, and they set up only maybe twice a week, 3 times a week max. So everybody, how come you're not giving more signals? And I don't have time, and then I don't have time. Market just provides you as much as it provides you. It's not my job to force markets to give me, because it's Monday and it's 7 a.m. and I need to make money. It doesn't. So whenever the mark of a professional is when you can sit and do nothing, and you have to wait for the setups to occur. And how I finally tweak my setup to I don't want to say perfection, but to be a workhorse, as we call it, bread and butter a trade, was through journaling. All right. So whenever it sets up, that's when I take it. I don't get mad when I don't have anything to trade on a Monday or Friday or Wednesday. It doesn't matter. I know that it repeats itself several times a week, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't, and that's okay. And you stay out. That's actually how Warren Buffett stayed out of previous bubbles. He always said one thing: I stay in my lane. So he has his own bread and butter trades or investing, right? So he just waits and pounces on those opportunities, and that's how he's been able to be minting 25% a year since 1960 and compounding it. So now it's sitting in the not tens, hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars. So nothing to sneeze at. Anyway, so as much as I talk and preach about journaling, most people say, oh, fuck this guy and his fucking journaling. And same thing I would say to somebody who would tell me about journaling when I was 21. He's like, go, shove it up your ass, go with, buy a tampon and shut the fuck up, but it is true now that I'm an old fuck, so not that old, but still old enough to realize the follies of the youth. I preach that yes, you do need to have this and for somebody who are like overly analytical, they actually prefer to have a journal and they have the stats and their thing, their Achilles heel, their leg day might be something else, So so that's kind of like what journaling accomplished for me, because it finally kept that data set of all my trades to pinpoint what was unnecessary and what I should double down on, and that's it. And by the way, in business where you have performance metrics and all of that stuff, you basically do more of what works and do less of what detrimental. Let's say, right? So that's what journaling allowed for me. To and that's what I'm so adamant about whenever I go on lives or I talk about. I'm so passionate about actually journaling the trades and all that jazz, right? So I don't know, Anthony or Bashar, if you guys want to like chime in.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said, Stan. I actually became an advocate of journaling as of, I would say, last year. I do like daily notes and then I do weekly summaries because, again, like you said, eventually you'll find there are consistent patterns that happen throughout the courses of the years. I mean, the months and sometimes even the years. And some of the things can be predictable if you're able to write it down, or you're able to write down good or bad trades so that way you can avoid pitfalls and mistakes. I like to do the daily notes, but I think my more success came from weekly notes because I do like, I trade in a bigger time frame. So I can kind of gauge where the next week might be headed to and already be preparing to look for specific things that I either missed or that the previous week has provided me. And sometimes I can take a step as even screenshots. I'll take screenshots of like good trades that I've had and bad trades that I took, and I'll go back and I'll sit back and just not do like a deep analysis, but just look at, all right, what went wrong or what went well, what was the setup, what was the candlesticks before it, um, what was the overall, like the bigger time frame, what was the bigger time frame bias that I was looking for, and I'll sit back and just go through it like that. That's helped me a lot with just organizing like my thoughts, my notes, and organizing my trades, doing what's worked and what works multiple times, and getting rid of what doesn't work, like you said. So journaling is a big thing that I'm a fan of now, and I even have in my notes it says I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says like 181 notes for Forex. I label it and I just keep it organized, and that was for the past 181 days. So I would draw my notes up and, like I said, and organize it days, weeks, months, stuff like that. So,
well, again, so everybody makes their own micro adjustments, right? So I trade on higher time frames. So for me, that's why I do a review. I don't know. I don't do more. I do review once a month for all my trades. But before, when I had to dial it in because it's already dialed in, It was maybe a weekly thing for me, right? Every
Yeah.
Sunday or Saturday, I'll take a look and see. Again, I'm running a bunch of funds and this, that. So now I don't have time to. I don't do intraday trading as much. I do
Yep.
more of a swing, and
Yep.
that's kind of what I do. All right, Bashar, what about you? What was like one thing that you can share with us?
Well, yeah, for sure, journaling is a big part. So I do journaling a bit different because I'm actually I come from an engineering background, so I like to see numbers.
Okay.
So what I did is, there are so many journaling websites. I invested in TradeZilla membership. So the cool thing is you can see the numbers. It can tell you like, yeah, you did like these are your best trading hours. This is your best asset to trade. Like it gives you key factors to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
Right.
what I also did, what it tells you that my biggest weakness was is losses. So I needed to work on actually minimizing my losses. That was like the main thing. Get to break even. I'm
Mhm.
not profitable yet, but I'm good break even now.
Right. But that's fine. I actually do I do recommend TradeZilla for a lot of novice traders because it's kind of makes it life easier. Right. Again, if you have to
Yeah,
go work
whatever
out,
works for you. If you like to take notes, you can. Some people like to take screenshots, and I think the best advice to give is always before you start trading, just go back and look at yesterday's trade. Like just
okay.
before you start trading, look at yesterday's trade. You know where you messed up or where you did good. So it stays fresh in your memory.
It's again, it's like in sports. Everybody has their little twist on, somebody does it like that, somebody does it like that, but to throw a ball this way, that way, it's just a little tidbits. But I think the majority would agree that keeping a set of data on your trades so you actually can identify good ones from bad ones is of paramount importance. And however you do it, obviously make it easier on yourself, because if you have a gym that is 2-minute walk from your house and there's a gym that's 5-hour walk from your house, just one you would rather, which one if you're gonna pick the one that's 5 hours, you're probably not gonna go there that often as the one you would, if it's 2 minutes away from your house, right?
Right.
Yeah, make it easier on yourself, and if you
yeah, you can. It's basically you treat it as a sport. Like
yeah,
yeah, okay, you write down your
that's a good
score
way of looking
numbers.
at it, sport or game,
Yeah,
or yeah, exactly,
my numbers are not improving, so something is wrong.
It's like your
exactly,
ultimate playbook. Like once you figure out what works and you document it, it's like, all right, we're going to run this play. We're going to run that play.
right.
And
That's
then
exactly right.
eventually start flowing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
need to know what's wrong. Finding out what's wrong is actually a hard part.
Yes, it is.
That's right. Well, and you shouldn't get emotional about it. You should be actually happy to see that you should be concerned about improving yourself, not that, oh my God, this didn't work and that didn't work. Yeah, in the beginning, nothing will work. Just like you have to learn a new skill set, right? If
Right,
you're gonna
right.
be day 2 in your medical school, here's a grandma from open heart surgery. The grandma, she's probably into for some bad news. Right, so you want to be performing something complicated, or day 2 of you playing basketball, you get into NBA finals. Yeah, here's a clutch shot that there's 2 seconds left on the clock, right? You're gonna probably shit your pants, and you get the picture, right? So
Right.
same thing here. Don't be hard on yourself. The data is there just to tell you how to pivot, how to make changes, and I that's one thing that would blew me away, that I should have started doing journaling faster when I started a long time ago. I started journaling. I should have started journaling sooner, because it was so obvious that you start seeing like what your best days are,
Right.
what your worst
Yep.
days are. Like for
Yep.
example, my best days are Thursdays, and that means I can get a little more. I can put gas, my whatever. I can press the gas pedal
Yeah.
harder
Take
sometimes
off
on
on
a
Thursdays.
Thursday, because that's my best day. I
Right.
also know that I'm a slow starter, so like on a Monday, I'm still drool coming out of my like not physically, but my brain is not up to speed after the weekend. So it takes me a little longer to warm up, right? So on a Monday, I'm not gonna bet a house. You usually shouldn't bet a house, but I'm saying to make it the example more palpable and more understandable. You shouldn't bet a house on a Monday when it's your shittiest day, right? If you're already gonna have to bet a house, bet it on a day that works for you. And only through data can you realize which days are good, which days are better. And TradeZilla or one of these automated shits.
It tells you what are your best trading days and worst days.
Yeah, exactly. It actually does the data crunching for you easily. I guess now you can probably even run all your trades through ChatGPT or like.
Yeah.
Or Grok, and it will probably crunch you and give you a set of data that you weren't even aware of, you know? So, just, don't listen to it too much because some kids committed suicide already by listening to it too much. So,
yeah, but never show ChatGPT a screenshot of the chart and ask them what to do.
Oh, hell no. Don't ever do that.
No, you tried that?
I tried it.
I have a buddy of mine. He is a degenerate gambler. He's a crypto millionaire. He makes I don't know, about somewhere between 1 to 2 million a month from crypto, and then he probably gambles it all, like at least 80% of it away for years since 2017. He was very in the beginning of crypto, and like if he would only stop trading, and that's what so his latest shtick was to trade via ChatGPT, and it didn't work out too well. When he was asking, when to buy and when to sell and all that thing, and he's he's convinced that his ChatGPT version is the sentient AI that was specifically escaped from. I'm just like, holy shit! Did you make dollars a year? You think ChatGPT is there for you, only you? My goodness! But which is good news for everybody. If people who are slightly retarded can make money and become millionaires, you have no excuses. People who are watching, you have no excuses, because most of you are probably not that, right? So hey, time to get put your big boy pants on, or the skirt, I suppose. I don't know, for women, whatever the equivalent of that is. Right, and then just do the right things, right? Again, I do the stupid gym example. I lost 40 pounds in the last year because I'm like, I can't be a fat fuck talking about gym all the time and be the fat fuck, right? So I lost 40 pounds, and it was I went to the gym first, and I didn't want to die. So yes, I was working out for years, I was always fighting, doing some whatever gym, blah 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 blah. But it's the diet without the final component. You're not going to achieve shit. You're not going to achieve the whole balanced picture you need to achieve. And again, journaling, that was like one of the missing pieces that finally clicked, just like the diet or whatever example you can use, right? So did you guys see anything interesting to switch up the subject? Kes, I don't know, maybe you want to, Kes started with us about 3 years ago, and
yep,
just casually, and he's trading some weird shit.
Yeah, I had interesting trades.
Yes, I don't know what I keep forgetting, but he does some kind of weird exotic metals and some other crazy shit that I don't even know existed, but it works. It works, and that's actually, by the way, when something is not crowded, usually if that's again your niche and you have a knack for it, why not? You spot opportunities where it's not like euro dollar is euro dollar, everybody's in euro dollar, and it's like and so is gold now. But if it works for you, it works for me. Gold works for me now. The last couple of years it's been phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
But Cass, why don't you I know you kind of started from the beginner to intermediate, so what was your
actually, I did. I can definitely share it. So basically, it was a long journey, pretty much unexpected that it will go this far and in these ways. I can definitely agree with all of you guys, all three of you guys about journaling. I also stand just like you. I'm really surprised that I didn't start doing it earlier because it really improved my trading. And when you start looking things like in real detail, which you can see with your eye and which is repeatable, you can like see improvement on yourself. And basically I'm mostly trading swing trades. Those are on usually on metals. I started watching out indexes in past like month, but I still don't have any confirmed or written exact data that I need to build up a strategy like I did on metals. So basically I took a lot of information on gold. You stand told that you also trade it a lot and you are pretty correct while trading it. So I did something that you are always telling us to do. Be patient, watch what you are doing, sit on your hands and wait for your setup, right? So the only thing in that is that I didn't have my setup, and here comes that individuality in me, which I found through the journaling, and it was a real in-depth journal. In like I had data from past 10 years. I started watching the gold in past data from 2016 and build up the way to today, and I have something interesting that I enjoy and can repeat consistently.
Nice, nice.
Nice. Yeah. Everybody's on different paths of their journeys, and as you can see, and it's little tweaks, little improvements, just like Jim, just like anything in life. We're here to do better than we did yesterday, right? So it's not a you comparing. I can't compare with Bill Gates or Michael Burry, right? You know, I have millions of dollars, but I don't have fucking hundreds of millions of dollars. And then people who have hundreds of millions dollars don't have, you know, billions. And then now there's, you know, Elon Musk with almost, he's going to be the first trillionaire or some shit, you know. It's like, didn't he get approved of the package, which is like two point something trillion dollars
It's
or something?
insane, bro. It's
insane. Yeah, it's at this point, it's like, you know, buy CNN and cancel it. All right.
Yeah, I think
Jokes aside,
it's very important. You should not compare yourself to others. Especially
correct.
you should unfollow every guru on Instagram.
Oh
Especially
yeah,
the
for
ones who
sure,
drive
bro.
a Lamborghini and live in Miami.
Yo,
Unfollow
listen,
them.
I'm so tired of seeing that. The freaking gurus with the Lamborghinis or the Maseratis, all the nice exotic cars, yo, and then they pulling up and they got the cribs. I'm like, bro, come on, yo.
Yeah.
Selling false advertising. You know?
Stan, you awared me about that way back then.
No, it's just like I listen, I know a bunch of CEOs of other firms that live in Miami. And like if you go on my X, you know, and they from decades ago to now, like all I post is trade related shit. Like I what I think about trading. Because I'm a trader first, and then everything else kind of came in secondary. And then if you know, I see others, they're supposedly be in the trading world, and all they show is everything but trading. So like the fuck, you know, if you're an MMA guy,
fight trips.
right? Yeah, it's like if you're a fighter, you should have some pictures of you at the gym fighting, you know, doing some
training,
workouts,
doing something,
right?
working out. Yeah,
You know, you have some sweat a little bit, you know, something, you know, even if it's fake, it still has to be. But these guys are so fucking like out there. They're like not a single thing about trading, and yet, you know, oh, here's a Lambo and send me your money, and you know, tomorrow you'll also be driving this Lambo that you can rent right there. I'm actually
well, buy my package, and my package and my training will help you acquire these things.
Mentorship.
Yeah, buy my
You'll get 1 month
mentorship.
free, man.
Yeah, there you go. The mentorship. I'm like, bro, this is crazy, man. Like,
because you're gonna start comparing yourself. Oh, this guy is like 5-6 years younger than me, and he's already successful and drives a Lamborghini. So I must be doing something wrong. So
yeah, nah, bro.
It's only detrimental to your psyche, right? It doesn't help you improve yourself. So as much as you whatever, you know, I think even like I think the internet is getting fed up with that type of nonsense either way. Although Einstein said the what did they say about stupidity? That well, there's two things: infinite universe and the human stupidity.
Oh, the human stupidity, yeah.
Yeah. And he's
True.
not sure about the universe, you know. So,
True,
so
true.
that's where we are. So maybe I guess you know it keeps working and working and working. It just evolves. But a lot of younger kids kind of catch on pretty quickly that you know they shouldn't put you know the $1,000 course in their credit card, then they can't afford and all this bullshit. And then right, all this nonsense.
Right.
The only thing that I could think of that actually works. Listen, if you have a buddy or you have somebody online personality, but they actually do trading or teaching, even that's why I don't shit on ICT. Even though he's been proven as a fake, meaning fake trader, many times over, he still teaches a lot of decent stuff for a beginner to intermediate type of trader guy. So at least he's talking about trading. So at least you can take a few things that work for and discard the things that don't work for you and see if it works or if it works for you or not, right? And it's not just like Lambos and whatever. And there's plenty of these degenerates and who have millions of followers and they teach nothing. They offer actually zero, if not negative value to the marketplace, right? So, but younger kids catch on to this now sooner than you know. Hopefully the jig is up, but like I said, the stupidity and naivete of people, I guess, is infinite. But it is what it is. It's not our, you know, we're here to provide value and grow because, like I always say, for me personally, brings me enormous amount of pleasure to see people become self-sustainable and self-reliant, and that's what trading did for me. And it's nice to see young or old or anybody not to be subjugated to anybody else. You're on your own. And you kind of like you reap what you sow, which is hard, but you're independent. So for me, that's important. For somebody else might not be, but for me, having self-reliance is freedom, right? So freedom to do anything that I want, and that's what trading allowed for me. What do you guys?
Also, why in trading you cannot blame anyone else. You cannot blame your wife. You cannot blame your kids. You cannot blame your financial situation.
Definitely.
You click the mouse.
Right. Exactly. There's nowhere to hide. No, I call it the you can't hide under your desk.
No, like it's the truth teller. It's the truth teller.
Right? Yeah, you're hungover. You kind of pretend that you're working, but you're hungover. So you're like the boss walked by. You're like as soon as he's gone, and you just clickety clack on the keyboard pointlessly for a whole day just so you can fuck off at 5 p.m. go home. Right. That shit don't fly in trading because you can be as hungover as you want, or you can be as unhungover as you want, or whatever else. You can work for 1 minute a day or 15 hours a day. It doesn't matter. It's still on you. And again, for some people who prefer to have to live that type of lifestyle, to have the to be self-reliant, it is harder. I think it's harder in the beginning, but it's worth it in the middle and at the end. Versus it's easy in the beginning, but then you get like being having just a career and just getting paid same amount of money for the rest of your life, pretty much with adjustment for inflation or a small career growth. Again, to each their own. But for me, I would rather spend the 10 years in the suck. And then 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever, in knowing that I can rely on myself.
Lavish.
Happens, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rather than have easy 20s and then 30s, and then you know they're gonna fire you at 50 because they know when you're a VP of something, why the fuck are they gonna pay you hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars when they can replace you with somebody at 30 of your salary who'll do your work just as well, right? And that's what happens to a lot of people who are like, oh my God, I gave my kind of like 20 years to this company, and they're just like discarding me like yesterday's underwear, right? And that's what happens, right? So if you don't want to be used underwear, better dance and nude, but on your own tunes. We'll leave it at that. Whatever that means. All right, guys, I thank you all for coming. We'll get all the technical mumbo jumbo sorted out for next time. I promise this every time, but hopefully this next time we'll nail it. We're almost there. I'll kill the lag. I'll do everything possible, and we might have more. We might have more people joining us next Thursday, if you can. And we're also now on the Telegram chat all together, so we can plan a little more in advance, so nobody is so we all know what we're going to be talking about, all that jazz. All right. Okay. So anyway, I thank you all, guys. I thank everybody for tuning in on Discord and YouTube. So we'll see you next Thursday at 2:30, hopefully. And we'll go from there. If you have any questions, please leave them. We're gonna answer all those questions. I'm gonna read them. I'm gonna save them, and the best questions will be answered. Next week. All right. So on that note, I thank everybody, and I'll see you next